What's happening, Leprechauns? Welcome to the first episode of Psychosis Experiments. Today, I'm going to experiment with a 3-day water fast. Let's see how this goes.
Layo! Layo! Come on, it's midday. Time you were up. Layo! Come on, Layo. Time you were up. Oh, Jesus, Layo. Layo! 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 Jesus, Layo! Jesus, what the sake? Layo! Layo!
Gotcha. I'm going to start this off with a couple of questions I got from Instagram. If you are not following me, then check me out at Layo the Leprechaun. So, what is a 3-day water fast? A 3-day water fast is basically where you do not eat anything for 3 days. Water fast is typically meaning that you only have water. So yes, I may have cheated a little bit. I still had my coffee every day, and for 2 of the days I did have vitamins. Okay, and question number 2. Why am I doing a 3-day water fast? I am doing a 3-day water fast for 3 reasons. The first reason being the mental challenge. Putting yourself in uncomfortable positions makes you feel more comfortable whenever you are stressed or in times of adversity. Having psychosis, there are plenty of times of adversity, and the whole process of having psychosis is extremely traumatic. So I'm hoping this will strengthen my brain and give me superpowers, eh? Anyway, I've already got fucking superpowers. I'm a fucking leprechaun. Can't. Reason number 2 is, I think it's a Stoic principle. Seneca, who is a Stoic philosopher, said that although he was born into riches and he worked with the government, he knew that by acquiring much wealth, it did not bring any happiness. So he experimented with living with the homeless people and by only eating beans and rice for a week and by fasting. So I've got all this information from Tim Ferriss. I'm a big fan of Tim Ferriss, and he does like 7 or 10 day fasts. So I thought, why the fuck can I not do a 3-day fast? Number 3 then is in Belfast. We had a war between 1968 to 1998. The war started because of inequalities, because of houses being burnt down in West Belfast, because of civil rights movements in Derry, the British Army shooting at innocent civilians, and the British Army shooting at innocent civilians in Ballymurphy in West Belfast. So, numerous reasons for why the war started. One man in particular who is really inspiring for the war in Belfast is Bobby Sands. So if you are from Belfast, then you will know Bobby Sands. But unfortunately, less than half of the population of Belfast actually know the story of Bobby Sands. Bobby Sands was brought up in Rathcoole in a loyalist area. And Bobby Sands had a lot of Protestant friends whenever he was younger. Just a wee quick note there. Protestants and loyalists are people who define as Northern Irish or British in the north of Ireland. Okay? Bobby Sands, being an Irishman and a Catholic, he had Protestant friends whenever he was younger. He played in a football team there. Then, suddenly, those Protestant friends stopped talking to him. Bobby Sands then left school and went to work at 15, and he joined a coach manufacturing business. At the coach manufacturing business, he got approached by loyalist paramilitaries, and they put a gun to his head, and they told him if he does not leave his job, then he will be risking his life. So he left that job, and his family and himself got bullied out of his area in Rathcoole. They got many death threats, and so they had to move to West Belfast. It was not long before that Bobby Sands joined the Provisional IRA. Bobby Sands then got arrested. He got caught with a gun in his car and he got sent to the Maze prison. So inside the Maze prison, there was 2 wings. So there's a couple of movies you can watch around this. One is Hunger. I've not seen it, so I can't give you a review on it. In the H Block prison, the Republican paramilitaries and the Loyalist paramilitaries were separated into 2 groups. The Loyalist paramilitaries are said to have had parties in the Maze prison. They were able to bring in drugs, they were able to bring in alcohol, they were able to bring in dogs. They had the fucking life of it. And the Republicans, on the other hand, they were not given equal rights. And they protested in order to get political prisoner rights. There was 5 things that they were protesting for. The Republicans were getting bullied outside of their cells, so they refused to leave their cells. This started a couple of protests. The first protest was they basically destroyed everything in their room, and so they had no toilet, and so they had to shit on the floor. The prison guards would not fix this, so the shit on the floor, what they did then is they smeared it on the walls to get the smell away, supposedly. Nothing was working for them, so they decided to go on a hunger fast to get this political prison rights. Bobby Sands, the leader of this hunger strike, went on a 61-day hunger strike. This was in 1981. While Bobby Sands was on hunger strike, he put himself forward into the government, and he successfully won his seat while in prison, being the first ever person to be elected into the government while in prison. Bobby Sands and many other comrades went on this hunger strike with the intention of gaining political prison rights. Bobby Sands lasted 61 days before dying, and many other people followed him in death. Margaret Thatcher eventually caved in after many of deaths, and they were granted some of the political prisoner rights. This topic is a very controversial and a very sad topic for Irish people in the north of Ireland, Irish people all over Ireland. Knowing that Bobby Sands lasted 61 days and many other hunger strikers lasted for whatever days, it puts into perspective how long you can last without food and the importance of the struggle that they'd be willing to die for, to not eat any food. Many other people who would have fasted for equal rights include Gandhi and many people in prison at the same time as Nelson Mandela. Seeing all of these inspirational figures going on fasting for much longer periods of time than 3 days, it really puts into perspective that, 3 days is not a lot. 3 days, you'll have no medical problems. 3 days, it'll only have really benefits. And so, some of the benefits it is supposed to have is you lose weight, you supposedly are able to flush some toxins out of your body. So, Gandhi used to refuse all medicine and he would fast instead. So many people judged him for fasting instead of taking medicine, and he got his children to do this as well. And there's a surprising amount of times how often it worked, that whenever he fasted, his illness went away. There you go. That is why I'm fasting. What's happening, people? Layo the Leprechaun here. This is day 1 of my 3-day fast. It is currently about 1:10 p.m. I have been up for about 30 minutes. I have not had a shower. And I am probably going to have to wash my Leprechaun outfit now because, well, I'm not clean. I didn't think about that. Fuck. So, yeah. Day 1 of the fast. I usually do intermittent fasting, so I don't usually eat until 3 hours after waking up. I have done many 1-day fasts before, so I think the complications are going to come in tomorrow and the day after, but I will keep you in tune for that. Anyway, thank you. I am going to go meditate, do some yoga. Oh, I was going to say breakfast there, but I'm not eating today. And I'm going to go for a walk. Then I'm going to do some university work, so yeah. See you later. What's happening, leprechauns? I'm back. This is day 2 of the fast. I have just woken up like this. Man, and look at my hair. It's fucking class. I swear to God, my bed head is better than my hair whenever I try to do anything to it. And that is nature, baby. You just gotta let it flow. I've got to put my Leprechaun outfit on. Can you imagine I was Batman? Everyone would know I was Bruce Wayne straight away, for fuck's sake. Hello, leprechauns. What about you? Fuck's sake. What's happening, leprechauns? I'm back. Day 2 of the fast. Just gonna pick us up, fuck's sake. Yo, leprechauns. What is happening? Day 1 of the fast was quite difficult. I have done 2 one-day fasts before, but for some reason, yesterday was so much harder than those other 2 days. I think it might have had something to do with the fact that I knew I was not going to be eating for the next 3 days. Yesterday, physically, I could feel, like fluids flowing through my body. While fasting, I've been trying to become very aware of what is happening inside of my body. And strangely enough, I did have this sort of pins and needles in my hands and my fingers and then my lip. So that is not a good sign. That may be because of my neck, however. So if you've seen my vlog, which one is it? Yeah, depressed and want to go traveling. If you've seen that vlog, then you will have seen the bike crash that I had where I fractured a bone in my neck. So basically, now, if I do not do yoga every day, then I end up with like a really sore back, a sore neck, and sometimes I do get the pins and needles in my hands. So I did not do yoga yesterday. So there's a possibility that the not doing yoga yesterday caused the pins and needles in my hands. But it may have been the fasting. But I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna see what day 2 is like. So, day 2 of the fasting, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm about to go do some meditating, then I'm gonna do some reading, then some light yoga. I am going to have some vitamins. I didn't have any vitamins yesterday, so my body is probably really depleted of energy. I feel quite alert though, even though it is 12:30. Yeah, I woke up really late again, but it's an improvement from yesterday. Anyway, I'll try and give you some updates throughout the day about how I'm feeling, if I'm feeling really hungry, or how I'm feeling. Yeah, peace out. What's happening, leprechauns? Day 3 of the fast. Yesterday, Jesus Christ, whenever I went to bed last night, I was so tired, but I couldn't sleep, and all I could think about was food. I literally went through like my past 5 years trying to think of all the best meals that I had eaten, and I was thinking about food for about 4 hours. It's fucking insane. Also, this morning I felt so fatigued in bed, my body really hurt. And I think that's because I'm not doing as much yoga as I usually do. This is the final day of the fast. And, like, I'm really not enjoying it. Honestly. I don't think I will do this ever again. I am grateful of the experience. It puts me in the position of other people's shoes who do not have the choice but to do this in order to survive. Like, if you think about it, in Ireland anyway, we've not had a famine since 1846, which was caused by the Brits. In other countries, like Africa, it has famines. Africa is not a country, it's a continent, but there's many countries in Africa that has famines. Many parts of Africa has droughts now, many parts of Australia has droughts now, and the way with global warming is going, there's a possibility there's going to be a lot more famines and droughts throughout the world. Not to scare you or anything, but yeah. And the moral of the story, I'm really fucking hungry, but I'm not going to eat today. Oh, I forgot to mention, it is about 1:15. So the fast has not helped my sleeping time. In fact, I think it has made it worse. So if you're struggling with your sleep, I do not recommend fasting. Also, if you're struggling with physical pains, I do not recommend fasting. I recommend yoga. Because my back is in pain. And that's probably because I was lying in bed for so long as well. Okay, it's definitely because I was lying in bed for so long. But anyway, I cannot fucking wait to eat tomorrow. I'm probably not going to give you an update during the day because I said I would the past 2 days and I've been too lazy. So I'm going to have some vitamins that I had yesterday. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. What's happening, leprechauns? So I'm in day 2 of the fast. It is currently 5 minutes to 3 and I'm going to have my vitamins. I'm going to show you the vitamins I'm going to be taking, okay? Organic Super Greens blend. This consists of 30% wheatgrass, 25% pea protein, 20% barley grass, 15% spinach, 5% ginger and 5% spirulina. This bad boy consists of 40.3 grams of protein and has much calcium and iron, so it should keep me going for a while. Oh! Next up, we have wheatgrass. Next up, we have maca powder. Powder is very good for zinc, iron, calcium, vitamin B6, riboflavin B2 and thiamine B1. Of course, I am not a dietitian, so I have no idea what the fuck this is going to do to me. All I know is that it gives me energy and it has some vitamins in it, so here we fucking go! Yeah! Next up, we have cacao powder. Cacao powder is really good for potassium, magnesium, iron, zinc, and copper. And would you believe, this bad boy has got 27 grams of protein per 100 grams. I actually have no idea what reishi is good for. I have just heard that it is healthy. Apparently reishi mushroom is known to support the immune system and pacify the spirit. Pacifying the spirit is definitely what I need during this fast. Next up, we have ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is another mushroom that it is believed to bring strength and valiance to whomever consumes it. It is believed to bring calm, helping support mental well-being and promoting relaxation in the body. Here we have turmeric and cayenne pepper. I'm going to add some ground cinnamon here as well, hopefully bring some flavour. Look at that bubble. Looks like pesto. Gravy. Oh, gravy, baby! Even darker than my coat, but sláinte. It's so fucking powdery. It's actually so powdery that I have to chew it to get it down. It's fucking stinking. What's happening, people? I've completed day 3. I'm at 72 hours. It is 25 to 11 and I'm gonna dig into some bakery snacks. I got reduced to clear from Tesco's. Let me show you. Bing badoo. Yeehaw! I felt like shit all day, if I'm being honest. I felt really lightheaded. I started to get like tingles in my hands and my feet. I don't know if that is because of the fasting or because I've not been doing yoga for my body. But yeah, so I went and played chess. I got beat, for fuck's sake. I climbed a mountain. I became really lightheaded on the mountain. It was a beautiful view though. And then whenever I was driving home, okay, I could smell the bakery stuff in my bag and there was some banging drum and bass playing, and I had this ecstasy-like feeling where my senses were so heightened, and I think it was just my body really going into panic of, trying to find food as desperately as possible. My vision was heightened, my sense was heightened. It felt so euphoric. And yeah, very quickly I got a sore head again. So I cannot wait to fucking eat. Here we fucking go. Thank you. There you have it, folks. 72 hours fasting, and that is how it went. Now for the summary. Overall, how did I feel over the 3 days? Honestly, I felt pretty shit. I've had a lot of benefits over doing 1 day fasts and 2-day fasts, but the 3-day fast, in all honesty, I really struggled with my sleep during it. So the second night I could not sleep whatsoever. All I could think about was food. I didn't end up getting to sleep until 4 a.m, I think it was. And with psychosis, one of the most important things that you can do is sleep. There is a really strong link between not being able to sleep and psychosis, and not sleeping makes your psychosis symptoms worse. So in that retrospect, it did not help whatsoever. Weight wise, I did lose half a stone. I'm not looking to lose any weight, so that's not a benefit for me really. And last of all, a couple of days after the fast, my voices actually increased in volume, and for one of the first times in quite a while, I heard a voice that sounded like it was right beside me, which is not pleasant. So overall, I would not recommend doing a 3-day fast if you have psychosis. The one advantage I would say about the 3-day fast is a couple of days after fasting, I was preparing lunch, and just looking at the amount of food that I had in front of me, I became so grateful that I could eat whatever I wanted. We really take it for granted how much food we have access to in the Western world. Will I be doing it again? Absolutely fucking no chance. It was an awful experience. Before doing the experiment, I had planned for this to be a stepping stone into doing a 7-day fast, but I can honestly say it was not fucking worth it. There you go. If you have psychosis, I do not recommend you do a 3-day fast. 1-day fasts are pretty good. And following Gandhi, if you do get ill, maybe try fasting. My dad has always told me, feed a cold, starve a fever. There you go, wise man, take that advice. A question for you guys. Do you think you'd be able to do a 3-day fast? Thank you very much for listening, and dog bless. Ow.